Hi, I'm Thea Gray and I teach the Knitting on the Coast retreat with Spinity. And this year we were teaching micro cables and short rows with Erica Jakowski's Scallywag hat. And here's the hat itself. And I'm going to be showing you the cables, the micro cables needed for this section here. So I have worked my establishing rows of knit 2, purl 2 rib, and there are a few sets of the left twist and right twist that I've done here. And so we're ready to start at where the pattern begins, which is with a left twist. We're going to bring this knit over this purl, and I came up with a way to do it without a cable needle that I don't recall seeing before. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with this purl stitch. It's the second stitch on the needle, so the yarn has to be in front to purl. Insert the right needle into this stitch as normally, although I'm probably not going to bring it in fully, just treat it a little more gently. And I'm going to purl that stitch. I'm going to kind of snug it up because what I'm going to do next is going to mean that it would wind up a little bit big if I didn't snug it up. And I'm going to bring this knit stitch, which was the first stitch on the needle now, between the two stitches here and into this hole to bring it to the front. I'll show this again, but there it is. I roll the needles over each other and voila, here is the knit. I'm ready to knit it. To do so, I'm going to bring the yarn to the back because I'm knitting my knits as you generally do in cable knitting. And I insert my needle, knit the stitch, and now I bring it and the previous purl stitch, both of them, off the needle. I give it a little shake-a just to kind of even it out. And there you have a left leaning twist, which I just call my Thea's left leaning twist, this little variation, which is without the cable needles. So now I'm going to do a right leaning twist. So there's my knit, which is going to come over my purl. And so I'm going to insert the needle into the knit stitch. And so I'm going to insert the needle into the knit stitch, knit it, and then I'm going to bring the yarn between the needles so that it's to the front and I can purl, and then I purl the stitch. You can see it's actually quite hard to get the needle fully into the stitch, so I don't do so. I just keep it on the needle points and then push through and off. I'm going to repeat both of those again. So here is Thea's left leaning twist. I'm going to start by purling this stitch, then I'm going to work the knit stitch. So insert the needle, purl it, snug it up a bit, and now I'm going to bring this knit stitch through by rolling the needles over each other. There it pops to the front. Bring my yarn to the back because it's a knit stitch, knit it, and they both come off, and give it a little shake. And here's the right twist again. Insert the needle into the knit stitch, knit it, bring the yarn between the needles to purl it. Oops, a little hard to get there, and there we go, give it a little shake. One more time. Left twist, insert the needle into the purl stitch, purl it, roll the needles over to expose the knit stitch, knit it, shake, and here's that right twist. Knit the second stitch, which is a knit, bring the yarn between the needles, purl, the first stitch on the needle, a little tricksy. There it is. Bring it through, give a little shake. There you go. Thea's left leaning twist and a right twist. And I'm going to work through the rest of the row very quickly and bring you back to see the 2 over, the cable 2 right. So now I'm going to show you the cable 2 right. We did our lovely little left twists and right twists, and then I did a row of plain knitting, working the stitches rather as I found them. So we had the 2-2 rib, and back here I've already done 3 of my cable 2 rights, and now I'm going to do some more. So here we come up to a pair of knit stitches. I'm going to bring the second knit stitch over in front of the first, but I'm going to do it cable needle less on the needle. So I'm going to insert my right needle into the second stitch on the left needle, and note how I'm bringing the needle up in the front. So rather than normal knit where I'd push it through to the back, I'm going to be working on the front surface of the needle. So I insert the right needle into the second stitch on the left needle. And I'm an English knitter, so I'm going to just wrap that and bring it through to the front, but I'm not going to take it off the needle. I'm going to then just twist the needle to bring it into the first stitch on the needle and knit that. Bring that through, and then I'm going to bring off this stitch and this stitch, which are the old stitches from the row below, which are hanging out on the left needle. So I'll do that again. You can also tweak a little bit if you don't like exactly how it looks. This is a little bit long on this side. You can always just pull a little bit with my needle and adjust the tension. So now I've got 2 purl stitches, and now I'm ready again to do my cable 2 right. So my yarn is at the back, ready to knit. Insert the needle into the second stitch, knit it, keeping it here at the front of the left needle. Insert it into the second knit stitch, which happened to be the first on the needle. Bring it through and off, give it a little shake, tweak that stitch because it looked a little bit uneven. I'm going to do that one more time after I do 2 purl stitches. Here we go, slow-mo. Insert the right needle into the second stitch on the left needle, bring it here into the front, knit it, don't bring this stitch off the needle, knit into the first stitch on the needle. Here are the old stitches, take them both off, give it a little shake, maybe a little tweak, and you're ready to go on. And there you go. I hope that was helpful.